Hello and welcome back to another episode of Nature's Beauty. Today I'm going to be giving you a tour of the farm behind us, which is Pam's Harvestcraft, and also the orchard back there. So let's go ahead and get started. We're also going to be building a kitchen today, and I'm going to try to go over some of the DecoCraft items like this here and show you how to get those in the game. But for now, let's go ahead and start at the vegetables, and we'll go through there. Also go through the fruit side and other crops that are included in Pam's Harvestcraft. And I'll show you how I have it set up and what we have built. So we have here alphabetically ordered all the vegetables. And we've also added in apiaries in between each of the crops. Well, in between sections of the crops where the water block needs to go. Added a few flowers. These are handy because they also help crops around them grow quicker because of the bees. So it's beneficial that way, and it covers up the water block. We have used birch signs here to indicate what crop is behind it. As you can see, those are easy to make. Those are just 6 slabs in a 3x2, and that'll make you the birch labels. And then we'll go down here. Also added in some of the lanterns. These are very expensive. They take a lot of iron to make, but they do look really nice. So we'll go down here to the veggies, which these we have doubled up on just because there weren't as many. So we wanted to have a little bit more room filled out here. We didn't want to have a whole bunch of space left over, so we just went ahead and doubled up on these, which we might also have to do on the other crops, which are on this side now. So we have the barley, and that goes all alphabetical order as well. And we run out right here. So I still have to figure out what I'm going to put here. I might just put some wheat. Maybe I'll do some regular Minecraft flowers. Might do a few things from the plants mod. I'm not entirely sure yet. The only one that is listed in Pam's Harvestcraft that I do not have here are the sunflowers, and that's because you cannot get the plantable seeds from the sunflowers for some reason, and I don't know why. You can get sunflower seeds to cook with, and you can make salted seeds with them, but as far as getting plantable seeds, they don't exist in the game for some reason. So that's pretty much the Pam's Harvestcraft crops. I'll give you a look on this side as well. After this, we're going to head out there to the orchard, which I have also organized alphabetically. I didn't do them depending on if they are fruit, nuts, or other trees. I just did them straight alphabetical, just so it's a little bit easier. I know exactly where to go, and they follow pretty much a pattern, a zigzag that goes back and forth. So we start here with apple, and then I think we end with walnut, which is that one over there. So you can see we have every one of the trees which grow fruit, some of which do not grow fruit. They actually grow items on the bark, like this here, cinnamon. If you just right click on it, it gives you a piece of cinnamon. And then the trees like this, when they're fully harvested, you can just take them off the trees. So we have all of those growing here. Another one is the paper bark, which will throw paper off. And then there's also the spiderweb tree, which I thought it was going to give me these actually cobwebs, but it actually just gives you string, which is still useful. So we have that. There are 37 Pam's saplings. So we had to stop right here because of the fields I made were 10 each. So we had 3 extra slots here that I needed to fill. I went ahead and did cocoa beans. I did a water trap and a ground trap. Both of these you need pretty much the items from Pam's in order to get them to work, obviously. So with the fish trap you need fish. You can use vanilla fish or these fish here to make the, if I had more string I'd be able to show you, to make the bait traps. And then for the ground there are fruit, grain, and veggie, and depending on what you put in there you'll get different meats. I think with fruit you'll get like rabbits, grain you'll get pork and beef, and then with the veggie you'll get like venison and things like that. And then there's also standard items that you'll get regardless, like bones, eggs, things like that. But let's go head off back to the house. I do want to show you a few things before we go there. The swing I was sitting in is from DecoCraft, and once we get back to the house I'll show you how these are all set up and get those working. If I can learn how to get out of the, there we go. One cool thing that I like about these is I don't have a fishing pole on me now, but I was actually sitting here on the log yesterday, and was able to fish in the lake, or the little pond that I have there, which I thought was pretty cool without it taking me up from my seat. So that's pretty cool. But we're gonna see if we can head back to the house now. Hopefully we can take off and our internet's not too bad. No, we're good. So we're gonna head back to the house and we will start working on the kitchen. And we will also go over the DecoCraft, which I might do first just to explain it to you a little bit. The primary source of what you need with the DecoCraft is going to be the 3 main dyes and then clay. So this is the Deco bench. If you go into your Deco menu here and see, the only thing that comes up is the wand. But then it also says you need to make a bench, and the bench is actually what you need to look at what items it offers in the mod pack, and that's simple enough to make. Just take some clay, 1 color of each of the primary dyes, the green, red, and blue, and then a crafting bench, and that will make this Deco bench that you can click on, and then you can fill up with different items here, or the resources, which you just stick in the drop resources here box. Click the little arrow down and it'll actually start filling up the boxes underneath here. So with red dye, green dye, blue dye, and then clay, you'll be able to make all kinds of items in here. You can tab filter, so you can actually go through the different sections. So there's art, bathroom items, bedroom items. I'll just show you a few of them here. All kinds of them. And then when you're ready to actually make one, like, what was that, a fish tank? Yeah, we'll go ahead and make this aquarium if we can afford it. Do we have 2 blue? We do. Okay. So if you shift, it'll tell you how much it's going to cost. 6 clay, 2 red, 2 green, 2 blue. Just go ahead and don't shift when you click on it, because I think it'll make a whole bunch. You just want to go ahead and click and it'll place it down here. You can take it out and then you can actually, it'll give you a little white screen like shown here of where it's going to be placed. So we'll go ahead and just see if we can put it over here in this corner somewhere. And then that's the aquarium. That's pretty cool. Alright. So again, that just takes the primary color dyes and some clay. Which, if you're having a hard time doing, if you think you need lapis for the blue, you really don't. And you don't need to find cactus for the green. There are actually plants. Let's see if I have any here. They might not be in this chest. Let me see if I can find... where did I put them? Of course, you can use roses for the red. If you take... Let's go here to Pam's. Oops. Or actually, we want to look at the gardens from Pam's. So these gardens here, you have the frost garden, shaded, soggy, tropical, windy, and I think there was one more. Arid, yeah. So if you take 4 of those, I actually need to grab some. Where would those be? There's probably some outside I can just grab real quick. But if you take 4 of those in your main, or your little crafting menu, and do a 2x2 with the items, you'll actually be able to make, I think it's called congealed, oops, make sure you shift click them so you get the plant and not the items inside. So if you take 4 of the shaded gardens or any of the other gardens, it can be mixed, they don't have to all be the same, and do this, you get coagulated plant balls, which you can then use to either create more of these gardens. That way you can make more of the plant balls. So if you just click here, you'll see that it made a few more. Or if you click on grass, it'll actually just make random plants. And it'll make the same plant, but they'll be random each time. So let's see if we can make a few more here. Grab those. And let's see what plant we get this time. So we have red ones. Now if you have, let's say you have the color blue, or the blue plant, I'm not sure which one this one makes. Let's see what color dye this one is. This one's purple. Okay. And this one should be red, I believe. Red, yep, okay. You could also use the coagulated plant balls on the same plant to make multiples of it as well. So you can see here it'll make a whole bunch of those, so you have a whole bunch of red dye. So all you really have to do is just find some of these gardens, make the coagulated plant balls, use them on the ground until you get some of the blue plants, and then just use them again to create multiples of them like this. And that's how we ended up getting excuse me, most of our dyes. The red, of course, I just used from the rose bushes. And then clay, I kind of found a whole bunch right here in the pond right in front of the house, so I just went ahead and collected that all up. But let's go inside and take a quick rest if we can. I don't know if we'll see if anybody's going to sleep with us. If not, then we'll just hop up and start working on the kitchen, because we should be safe. And doesn't look like it, so we'll just hop out and we'll head to the kitchen here. Oh, it is morning. Oh, okay, I guess somebody was sleeping. Oh, okay, they just slept for me. So the kitchen is actually going to go in this area here, and we are going to get rid of these. And I'll have to take down the trapdoors once I get outside. And we're actually going to fill that back in with spruce wood, because we're not going to have a window there. That's where our stove is going to be going. So we'll go ahead and fill this wall in here. It's a little bit dark. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our items. Let's go ahead and put most of this stuff away that we don't need. Move this around. Okay. So first let's start with, I guess we'll start with the kitchen sink, which should be, let's see, right here. These are also DecoCraft items, almost all of these except for the Pam's Harvestcraft items, of course. So we'll go ahead and grab those. We'll grab our kitchen counters, our small cabinets, our commodes, which I don't know why they call them commodes, because where I'm from that means toilet. So I guess they should have called it like a vanity maybe, because it goes in the bathroom, but we're going to use it here in the kitchen just to give a little bit of variation to the cabinets. And we'll go ahead and grab those, and then we'll come back and grab the others once we figure out where the rest of it's going to go. I do need that wood back that I just had. Where did it go? Oh, I still have it on me. So we're going to go ahead and kind of section this part off here just a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and add our presser and juicer, which are created in Pam's Harvestcraft. We'll put our grinder on this side, we'll put our presser on this side, and then our kitchen sink should go here in the middle, of course, so you can look out the window. And then I believe our fridge is going to go straight across from the sink. So we'll go ahead and put that there, which they are usable. The only thing I don't like is the multicolored background. I kind of wish it was a solid background, but hey, it works. And then we also have a stove, which is this one here, the oven floor. They do have an oven that goes up on the wall, but we're going to go ahead and use the oven stove, which this one I don't believe actually works. So we won't be able to use that as far as cooking with our furnaces, but we do have a furnace room right across the hall that we can use. And then we'll go ahead and see what else did I need right away. A lot of it's just decoration, I believe. Yeah, okay, so we'll go ahead and start putting our counters down. And we'll do the kitchen counter and commode first. So with this, I did want these kind, because usually next to the sink you would have these kind of pull-out drawers that you would put your silverware in. At least that's how mine are kind of set up. And then we would have these here to get that to turn just like that. And we'll keep these going wrapped around this way. That should wrap up there. Let me see if I can grab a torch just to kind of light up that area over there. Did I not have any? I did. Okay. And we'll just stick it right there and there for now. Alrighty. Now let's see, we'll add a few more here, and then I'm going to mix in a few of these, which I might do just like that, just to give it that variety, but I do kind of like symmetry. So we'll go ahead and put one there and there. And then we'll also put one here and here. Okay, perfect. Looks good. And then we'll go ahead and grab our top cabinets, which are these here. And I believe I had them wrapped all the way around the top here. So let's see if we can get it to turn. There we go. That's one reason I like these cabinets, is because they actually put one in the corner, which is very nice. Let's get rid of that torch for now. I'm not sure if I actually had it that high up or not. That's fine. It is kind of tall though. Let me see what it looks like if I bring it down one. Yeah, actually it needs to come down one. So we'll bring these down. Let's see, so we continued here, here, and then there's the corner. Because you always have a cabinet right above the fridge that you can never reach because the fridge is in the way. And then I don't know if we might have actually sectioned this off twice. Like that. Yes, we did. And then we'll have one here, and then that corner, and then we'll have one in this corner as well. Come on. There we go. All right, perfect. So it's starting to look like a kitchen. And then we're also going to add in these small cabinets here, and then also lights from the DecoCraft mod, which are these fancy white lights. Let's see. And I also had them kind of symmetrical here, so this one would have went here, but it wouldn't have been able to been used. Let's see. How do I want to do that then? Oh, actually, they're kind of tiny, so we'll just go ahead and do it the way that I had it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then we had 3, and then 1, and then 3. And then we had these fancy lights here that went in like that. Perfect. Brights up the room. And then we will do our center section, because I've always liked kitchens that have islands in the middle. So we're actually going to add a island here in the middle of ours as well. So let's see. Do we want to use kitchen counters? It'll have to be here, here, and here. It will make it a little bit tight in here, but that's okay. There, there, and there. I might want to put silverware drawers here and here, and then maybe also here and here. And then we also added a workbench right in the very middle. So we'll go ahead and put that there. Okay, not looking too bad. Let's see what else we have in the box of goodies. Go ahead and put this stuff up for now. Okay, we have our teacup, salt shakers, fruit bowls. We had a spice rack, which I'm not sure if we're going to put in there yet. Baking pans, we had some cutting boards, utensils. Let's go ahead and grab most of this stuff here. And then also we have dark oak framed shelving that we're going to need to add all of this stuff to. So, excuse me, we'll go ahead and add the cutting board, the pot, pan, and then we need our mortar and pestle, bakeware, mixing bowl, and juicer. And then we'll go ahead and grab both of those. So let's get those set up first, actually. I think I had those both here and here. Yep. And then we would have our pans on one side. Where's my other pot at now? Did I not grab it? Or was it this one? Yeah, it might have been this one. Okay, that makes sense. So we'll do our small pot here, mortar and pestle there, Put our saucepan there and the other pan there. And then on this side, I believe I did the juicer, bakeware, mixing bowl, and the butcher's knife, which I might actually put the butchering knife on the table. There are glass item frames that you can make. Let me see what they... Glass item frames here are just glass panes surrounded by an item frame, and that'll make an invisible item frame on the table. So let me see if we can actually make one of those if we have the leather. And we should have sticks in one of these drawers. Here. And leather, and then we need glass panes. We should only need 8 of them. I believe it's 8, or maybe it's 9. I can't remember now. So we'll just click this. Go ahead and make our panes. And then make our item frame. And then we can go ahead and add that to there. And now we have 2. And then that way we can actually add our meat cutting knife from, I believe it's Animania, in there instead of the butcher's knife. Or we can do 2 glass panes, have one of the cutting board and one of the knife somewhere else. But for now, let's go ahead and put our juicer here, baking pan there, that there, and then we can go ahead and just put our knife there for now. And let's go ahead and use our glass item frame here. So it looks like that until you put an item in it, and then it disappears, which is perfect. So we'll make sure that this is so nobody knocks it down when they run by, which I don't think we can. No, we'll just have to leave it like that. That's fine. And then we have our salt shaker. We have our toaster, which will go in this corner here. And then we have, that was a fruit bowl. We can probably, wow, that's a big fruit bowl. Let's see, do we want it? It kind of sticks over the edge. We could probably put it there. It was a little big, but that's fine. And then our salt and pepper shaker, we will put next to the stove. And then can we put our frying pan on the stove? Our baking pan, or bacon pan, we can. So we'll go ahead and put our bacon there. Perfect. Okay, then we have our cooking utensils, which hopefully can still be placed somewhere here. They cannot. They can be placed here though. And we have a pie. Which, let's see, can we put that in the corner? We can. Perfect. And then we have our teacup, which we'll put here. I keep clicking on the chest, sorry about that. We have a food processor and then a built-in microwave, which the microwave actually went here. So that pie is going to have to actually move. It's a little bit too big. So we'll put that there. We could put our food processor there. Perfect. And then our cutting block would actually be next to the sink, I would think. So we'll put that there. And then we have our teacups, which we will put, let's see, where could teacups go? Next to the microwave, that makes sense, right? So what do we have left? We have our knives, which we don't really have anywhere to put now. Unless we put them here. Which, if that's the grinder, it would make sense. Yep, okay, so that makes sense, next to the grinder. And we have another cutting board that actually has vegetables on it that we could put here. Let's actually put it next to the sink. And I believe that was all the decorative items. Sweet roll dish, pie, and cutting board, which I don't know why we have so many of those. We can try to put those up here, but I don't want it to be too cluttered. We might actually build a dining room inside here and put it in there instead. We'll probably end up doing that. Because we also have a few other things here, like spice racks that we need to put in. And there's also a change with the floor, which I probably should have done that first. That's okay. We're going to make the floor out of basalt and chisel. So we'll go ahead and put this other stuff up for now. And I believe I already have items in here. No, I'm missing a stack of basalt somewhere. There it is, okay. Now with basalt, it's weird. You can't just chisel regular basalt like this. You have to actually turn it into basalt bricks, and then you can chisel it. So we're going to go ahead and take the floor up here, I believe. Go ahead and rip all this out. I'll take these out here. Oh, no, I don't want to break the cabinets. Okay. Take those out. And then there's a pattern that I kind of liked that kind of resembles like a wood floor. It's just darker. So we'll see how it looks once we put it in here with all this spruce. Hopefully it still looks alright. Was that all the wood? Yes, it was. And then the rest should all be underneath stuff so we won't see. Alright, so let's chisel those into wide bricks, I believe they are. I wish this GUI was a little bit bigger. Let's see. They are. Which ones were they now? Wide bricks, here we go. Okay. And I believe that kind of looks like floor panels, maybe. So we'll see what it looks like. We'll get it all in here. I don't think it matters which way I'm facing. It doesn't. Okay. So let's go ahead and put these in around the corners. Make it a little bit easier. Okay. Put those there. Underneath the kitchen island. Wrap that around here. And almost done. There we go. I do like that dark floor with the spruce. I think that looks good. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll have, of course, all the Pam's items when we go harvest all of our crops. We'll have specific drawers that we keep things in. We'll keep the veggies on one side of the kitchen, the berries on the other side, things like that. Let me just check and see if there's anything else I missed. Oh, we do have a dish rack that we could use. And I think that'll be it for the kitchen. Dish rack should probably go here, but there's... it does need to hang, though. I don't really want to put it in the way. So it wouldn't make sense to really have glass that low. Where could we put this that makes sense? It doesn't really, because of the wine glasses underneath. And I could put it there and take the utensils away and move them to the other side, or vice versa. No, we just won't use them for now. I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do it in the... If we do a dining room here, maybe I'll have a wall that has some, like maybe they should go here or something. Yeah, that could work. And then we'll do some things out here. I do want to throw these in just because I have them. Because, I mean, if it's a kitchen, it does need to have food in it, right? So it looks like it's actually lived in. Sweet rolls. Of course, the dish is going to extend over the edge a little bit, which I don't really like that. And I can't put it right on top of that because then we wouldn't be able to use it. Or we still could, I guess. So do we put sweet rolls there, or do we put cherry pie? Let's see what the pie looks like. Yeah, I think we use pie. We use pie. Alright. So I'm kind of happy with this. Of course, all these drawers are usable, and I'm glad that they don't have the multicolored background behind them. It makes it a little bit easier to see what everything is in there. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. So we did the kitchen. We kind of went over the DecoCraft here. I hope I explained that well enough. With the aquarium and whatnot. And then we went over Pam's, so let me just fly back over there, give you guys a little aerial view. In order to fix the tops, I still have to work on the logs. Let's see if I can take off here. Probably won't be able to. My internet is not the greatest when you live out in the country. And we'll fly back over the top. Yeah, we put redstone on top because it won't be visible, just to keep mobs from spawning on top of here. But that's our farm, that's our kitchen, and that is how some of the DecoCraft items work. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And the next one, I'm not sure what we're going to work on next. We might start a creeper farm because we're going to be running out of rockets really quickly. So we might work on that today. We might do, I've seen something about an ender maybe. I'm not too sure, but we're definitely going to be working on a few things up and coming here soon. But until then, again, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good day.